How we doing, everyone? Hope you're all well. Thanks for joining me for another video. Apologies if it's loud in the background. I've got the A1 behind me. You'll see from the title, this is the start of the spring campaign on the A1 pits. It's Wednesday the 19th of March, about 4 o'clock, so I've got a couple of hours before it's dark. I'm currently standing on pit 5, so I'm eyeing that one up because that's where I'd like to concentrate on this spring. So I'm going to spin you around, show you what we're looking at, and see if I'm going to come on here for tonight. There's the beautiful pit 5. This is my favourite lake on the complex. I've only fished it 3 times, I think. I don't really know a lot about it, so I need to do some homework and also need to do some leading work before it gets dark. I am standing a couple of pegs up. I've parked my van back up there. That's a big open peg there. There's a life buoy on a ring there, so I'm guessing that's the life ring peg, maybe, I don't know. But I've come up 2 or 3 pegs, so it's a little bit less comfortable, let's put it, because there's less chance of someone coming in next to me. I've got 48 hours in front of me. I'm not bothered about comfort. I'm here to try catch a fish, not sit comfortably. I'm going to get my leading rod out first, and I'm just going to throw it as far as I can, check some depths on the way back in. I'm going to try here, that peg there, and back where the comfy peg is, see if there's any massive difference in depths, and then we're going to make a plan up from there. But the lake looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Spring is a magical time, and we are officially in spring now, so it is game on. So let me get the marker rod out and I'll bring you back and we'll get a game plan, because as it stands I ain't got one. Just getting some stuff sorted. Look at that for a start. Lucky 2p. I know it's meant to be 1p, but maybe that's twice the luck, isn't it? You never know. But I'm just in the process of getting the leading rod set up. I'll get the camera stand out and we'll have a look and chuck the marker float around and see what's out here, because I have absolutely no idea. So you'll see I've got my older distance 6 set up on my little midget rods, 10 footers on pit 5. It's not about the size, it's how you use it, that's what counts. Just seen Gamo, got my ticket, 50 quid for me 2 nights, bargain, worth every penny in my opinion. I've sort of tapped him up and said, right, what's out here, have I got anything to find? And he was like, nope. I've been told that there is from this bank to that bank 3 bars that come out. I think he said 30, 60 and 90 yards from the split bank that way, and the same from that far bank this way. In here there's no feature really whatsoever, and it's roughly about 13 feet. So that's given me a massive head start, you see. That's not cheating, I've just saved myself maybe an hour and a half of leading. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to find a spot out there that's comfortable for me. Nice drop on it, so if I decide to fish on the bottom I've got a good drop, and if I decide to fish zigs my lead's going to land nicely and make sure it ejects. But look how much time that's saved, and I'm in the middle of the lake, so there's pressure on that bank, and there's going to get more because tomorrow's Thursday, it's lovely weather, people are going to get here early for the weekend. Friday morning is going to get some people on here, and I'm going about Friday lunch, so I'm going to play the waiting game. I'm not expecting anything whatsoever tonight. All I'm going to do now, like I say, is get the marker float out there, get the lead out, chuck it around, find a spot, wrap it up, and yeah, we'll make a game plan. Well, I'm getting there slowly. This is going to be my view, and I tell you what, it ain't bad, is it? It definitely is not a bad view. Let's get a quick shot of that. Yeah, I've missed that view. I've missed the sunshine. I've missed the dry banks. I have actually got a bucket there with bait in. I'm fishing 3 singles tonight. That's the plan. Rods are on the rests. You'll see I've kept the tips down. Let's take you out. Look, I've kept them down a little bit more than normal. They're not quite sky high as normal. But you might notice on my reels, if I just zoom you in, I've still got my fluorocarbon on. So basically I'm going to change my spools over now, because on pit 5 and pit 6 it is compulsory that you have a shock leader to fish pit 5 or pit 6. You cannot cast in this lake or pit 6 without one on your rods. So If you've never been here, make sure you've either got shock leading material and you're capable of tying it, or if you're like me and not confident in it, which I'm not, I use this stuff. KORDA long chuck tapered mainline. I've done a little video on it, I think. Yeah, I think I have. But basically, that's a brand new, and that's my spare. I've got it on my spare spools because I don't like leader knots, or I don't like my leader knots, I should say. I don't not like leader knots in general. I don't trust my own knot tying a leader. So this is a fused leader. So it's a 30-pound leader that tapers down to a 15-pound mainline that's 033. So I shall hit the 26.5 wraps out there, no sweat. With that, it absolutely flies. So I'm going to get my spools swapped over, rods set up, and show you what end setup I'm doing, and then we're going to get some actual baits on some rigs and get them rods out there before that sun goes down. Voila, spools on the reels are changed to the old long chuck tapered mainline. End setup is about, I don't know, 40 centimetres of the old KORDA duck metal tungsten tubing, and I'm actually going to go in with their running lead setup that I use on my LOVELLS day ticket lake, purely because I've done quite well on running leads. But you might notice on the end I've got what they call a quick clip. Let me see if I can pull that out with one finger, manipulate that out. So I've got one of these. That is purely for how I'm about to attach the hook link, which I'm going to show you those now. We'll go in the bivvy, I'll get some hook links tied up, and then we'll get those rods out, because you'll see sun is dipping. I ain't even got a bait on a rig yet, so I better chop. So basically, rig choice tonight is about 6 inches of the old KORDA boom, which is, I've got one left to tie up, which I might even try and do it on camera for you, but that stuff, I've got it in 25. I did want it in 35 pound, but I couldn't get any in time, so 25. And then on there is one of my little hinges that I like. That's how I like to fish them. So you'll see I use the KORDA crimps. I've been using them a little while now, and to be honest, they make a much neater presentation than I can tie a knot. I've never had one go. They're very easy to do. Hook bait choice, right? We are having a proper Jobs pop-up, which is a fantastic pop-up, and we're having a fluoro 13mm yellow, and it's a banana. Fantastic flavour banana, very underused. On another rod, we're having a Mad Baits ISO cream pop-up, which is a pink. It's like, I don't know, isotonic and cream, I guess why it's called ISO cream. Nice bright pink one. And then we're also having a Mad Baits. This is a BP squid. It was originally white, but I have gooed it in KORDA Red Energy and what's the other one? Almond, which that smells, yeah, very potent. So I've got one good hook bait and two non-good hook baits, but they're all high vis and they're all high buoyancy, so they will stay out there when I get them out there. So I'm going to get these bait flossed on, the rig's tied on, and we're getting the rods out. So I reckon 20 minutes it's going to be dark. So yeah, hung this start of the video out, haven't I? Never mind. Just sharpening the old hook up ready. Vaseline. If you haven't got a pot of the old Vaseline, if you do sharpen your hooks will rust in most lakes after you've sharpened them. So just to stop them rusting, just a little dip. Not like you don't need to load it, just cover the point in Vaseline. So yeah, there's another little tip, but I'm sort of rushing around now because you'll see the light. Well, you probably won't see, but trust me, the light is fading. I haven't even tested rigs yet. I'm literally just doing my hook sharpening. 1, 2, 3, one over the top, razor sharp. It's got one tiny little, yeah, that's sharp. It's a bleeder, that is. Like I say, just gently, just dip the point in, that's it. Right, I'm going to get these on the rods, get you out there, let's get them in the pond. Okay, no particular order, let's get them out, but basically that is the setup on all three rods, just different colour hook baits. I've tested them in the edge, make sure they all sink how I want them to. I've got a bucket of water here. All I'm going to do, just to help, it's a little thing that helps you cast if you're trying to do a bit of range, which I am with 10 foots to be fair. Just lay that in there, it's just wet your spool before you cast in. It'll help the line come off. So just check that's on there. That's got no crap on it. Right, let's get a rod out. Beautiful. Right, let's get the next one out. Same again. Perfect. Try and get this one up to the left. Perfect, absolutely bang. Okay, rod number 3, that's going to be the banana. It's going to be the right hand rod. Landed a little bit close to the middle, to be honest. That's a good thing about this rig. If you're not happy, just bring it back in, wang it back out. It's easy fishing. Okay, let's try again. Perfect. Cool, I'm happy with that. All 3 rods are out. I don't know how well it will show it on the lines going out, but they are all perfect. Look at, or near enough perfect. So I am mega confident with that. That is an absolutely fantastic sunset. Rods have all gone out. I know none of them are tangled. I'm happy with all 3 exactly where they are. All that's left to do now is tidy up the old bivvy and get some food on the go, because you know what? I feel a burn up coming on. You know it and I know it. You'll see behind me now the sun's nearly gone. My phone always shows it lighter than it is. I've got the rods in just in time. I've been fishing like 10 minutes, so I'm quickly going to get the barbecue loaded, get that lit, burn some food and then tidy this shelter up, because that's it for the night. I can't do any more than I have. I'm happy how I'm fishing. I'm happy where I'm fishing. And I think I'm in with a shout, if I'm honest. You shouldn't say that I'm pit 5 because it's a very difficult water. But I don't know, I'm feeling slightly confident. I've got 3 rigs on that I have ultimate confidence in, 3 baits I've got ultimate confidence in, and I've got perfect drops on all 3 rods in an area that I'm quite happy in. So what more can you do? But for now, let's get the barbecue on. Well, I've actually finally sat down. I can just about see what's happening outside. It looks so much lighter on this phone, but the barbecue's blazing away. Tonight's going to be a burning of steak and sausages. I'm absolutely starving. But rods all gone out, all 3 on hinges, all really confident. You'll see a bivvy table. Not had one of those for absolutely years, but I thought, do you know what? I'm having one. I'm going to start fishing in comfort again. And I also have bought one of these. It's a fake Makita light jobby. So at night time, when I let me spin it round so you can see, it's got a switch on the back, so I can, oh yeah, is that the bright one? So I can have it on 2 different settings, and on the other side it's got a quick charger for my phone, so that's always handy. So if I catch a fish tonight out there, basically the whole of pit 5 is going to become alive. Well, the barbecue is slowly getting there. It's been going about half an hour, look, and it's... If anyone knows of any good barbecue coals, a brand or a make, a certain one that you've had, like, that you use that are good ones, can you let me know? Because the ones I've bought are shit. I think these are pound stretcher specials and they're not very good, and they stink of fuel. You can smell the fuel in them, so never mind. As long as they burn me food, they'll get me through this session. Temperature has massively dropped, like plummeted. I was in a t-shirt earlier casting in. I've looked back at some clips as well. I need to apologise that the marker work I was doing, I filmed it all, and basically I stood so far away from my phone so you could get me in what I was doing in focus. You can hardly hear what I'm saying, but basically, if anyone interested, I'm fishing 26.5 wraps straight out in line with the three tall trees there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 26.5 wraps, and I'm in 13 3/4 feet of water, and it's a clean hard drop, and I'm pulling back straight off a little bit of gravel into silt straight away. And also I've noticed I've not shown you how I've connected my hook link to my actual end setup on my rod. Basically, I've just hooped the little loop I've made with the crimps onto the quick clip, slid a mud sleeve over them, and then purely I've done that because the mud sleeve does have a little bit of flex, because the boom section is quite stiff, and most people normally use that on the helicopter setup. Something you'll never ever see me cast out as a helicopter setup. I don't like them. I don't like lead core. You'll never ever see me use that. But I like the boom, how it kicks it away. So with that little mud sleeve, it just allows just enough flex so it doesn't sort of like kink up and sit off the lake bed. So there's two things I've messed up on this first vlog, but bear with me because no doubt there'll be a third. But it is what it is. It's genuine. So yeah, that's enough updating you on the lake and the vlog messing up. So yeah, I'll bring you back with hopefully a burnt steak, some sausages and the carp. Well, I've just had my first coffee on pit 5 of the spring of 2025. Very enjoyable too. While I'm letting the barbecue get ready, I thought I'll just make this clip, as I always do, to say thank you for everyone for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. If you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. It is massively appreciated for me as always. And if you're new to the channel and you want to consider subscribing, please consider it. It's free, it doesn't cost you nothing, and you're not signed into anything, and it does help me out. So I am grateful. Even if you just give it a thumbs up the video, that's payment more than enough for watching the vid. So yeah, thank you very much. Also, while I'm on this clip, I'm just going to point out that I'm sitting here and I've already worked out that I need to adapt my approach if I'm going to catch fish from these pits. What I mean by that is I've had many years fishing syndicates. I had quite a lot of years fishing the Woolpack, and the lake I was on the Woolpack was very underfished. There was maybe 6 of us on there, and you would hardly ever see another soul on there. So you could get areas going, you could put bait in spots ready for the right wind conditions. If a big wind, big light southerly was going to blow up, you could get down in the southerly corner, get on your bait ready for them fish when they turn up. Whereas on here, that's not going to be possible. It's a very busy complex, because there's mega fish in here. It's an absolutely fantastic complex. My favourite day ticket by a mile. I actually live half an hour closer to Bluebell lakes than here, so I drive half an hour more than what I need to go for bigger fish, whereas I would sooner drive the extra half an hour and come here. It's just a fantastic complex. It's got it all going on, and with the river as well. I'm really into that barbel fishing. I've really enjoyed that. So a lot of my time this season will be spent on the A1 pits or on the Trent, depending what I'm doing. I have got another little syndicate I've joined in Norfolk. There will be some syndicate videos for you that are interested in basically how you approach a syndicate. I guess that's how I'm going to vlog them. I'm going to do them as I'm on the syndicate. This is how I'm approaching it. This is what I'm doing, because syndicate fishing to day ticket fishing it's the other end of the scale. It's completely different. And that's what I mean by in here. I've got to get used to having people around me. Got to get used to spoms going in, marker floats, bait like boilies and stuff on throwing sticks, solid bag, lots of noise, commotion. It's not a negative comment I'm saying there whatsoever. All I'm saying is I've had a lot of years fishing like solo or very, very quiet, intimate little lakes with nobody on them, and now I've come on to like a bigger complex where everybody's enjoying the complex because it's great being here. Everyone's turning up, trying to do their own thing to get a bite, and that's something I've got to adapt to. So it's going to be interesting to see how I get on with that. I mean, it will not be a problem. It's just I'm interested to see how quickly I can adapt to becoming a day ticket angler as opposed to being a syndicate angler. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's about as good a view as I can give you. It's about half an hour on since I've done that last little clip. Oh, we're finally getting ready for it, so I think it's time to get the burning going. So burning away there, we have a couple of sausages and a ribeye steak, so that is what I'm ruining tonight. Well, those sausages are done. The steak is quite a way off yet, but never mind, it's burning nicely. There we have it. For you haters out there, that is a perfection cooked ribeye steak. Oh, well, that was surprisingly quite nice as always. The old burnt nurse. Have a coffee, I'm going to wash up. I'm actually going to get in my bag then. It's not much more I can do, like I say. We're probably 15-20 minutes in this vlog, and so far the bloody sun's only gone down a couple of hours ago. But yeah, I will run through things a bit better tomorrow. I feel like it's a bit rushed, the vlog. It's a bit here, there and everywhere. And it is, to be honest. I was a little bit late getting here. I've come on a lake I don't really know much about at all. Gamo's massively helped me out with what he's told me, because if I was leading around I'd have been casting my rigs out in the dark, which I don't mind, but it's always nice to get him in light just so you can see exactly how they've landed, sort of thing. And yeah, that's it really. So if anything happens during the night, you'll know about it, and if nothing does happen, I'll see you in the morning to say nothing's happened. So yeah, cheers all. Good morning. Sadly, so far a quiet night. It's just gone 4:30, so I'm about an hour or so off it getting light, hour and a half, something like that. I thought I'd get up early, get the kettle on, and just sit and watch the water, see if I can see anything, see if I can see any rings or anything to show, give me an idea if I need to move my rods around a little bit. Haven't heard anything through the night, had any liners, nothing like that. Not seen any other lights go on around the pit. To be fair, I have been asleep fairly well because I was knackered, but yeah, it's been quite quiet, I think. But I'm going to give it till like late morning fishing this on the bottom, and that will be the end of this vlog. So if I haven't caught anything off the bottom by like say 11:30, 12 o'clock, I'm then going to fish my next 24 hours up in the water, but that will be a different vlog. So I'm going to basically, each vlog I do on the pits will be 24-hour periods or there around, because it helps me make the video a lot easier. And each 24 hours I've found on lakes are never the same as the previous 24. There's always something different in it, so I think that's just a good way of doing the vlogs really. So yeah, just explaining that to you. You don't think, well hang on mate, you've been there 2 nights and you've made 2 videos. It's going to be, like I say, each vlog will be a 24-hour period, what's happened during that time. So right, I'm going to get the kettle on and hopefully bring you back with a fish soon. Well, you'll see, it's pretty much daylight now. Moon's still on show. It's quite a cool morning. It's about 6:20. I've seen absolutely nothing to tell me I'm in the right or wrong area, so I'm still drawing a blank. I've had no indications whatsoever telling me I'm in the area I need to be in, but I've been watching everyone else around the lake and I've seen nobody catch anything, so that doesn't tell me I'm in the wrong area. The only thing I know is by 9 o'clock it's going to be really bright sunshine. The temperature's going to climb very quickly today, and it's going to get to 16, 17 degrees. It's fairly high pressure as well, so yeah, it's all going against getting a bite off the bottom. So I reckon the next 3 hours realistically is make or break if we're getting a fish in this vlog. So I'm going to make a coffee, sit, keep watching, seeing if I can see anything to tell me I need to change where I'm fishing, or if I need to move, if I can. I Well, you never know, one of those could just rip off and we could be into our first pit fire fish of 2025. You just never know, so yeah, fingers crossed. Look at that sun coming through, still got the dew on the grass. Spin you around and show you the lake. It's flat calm, not a ripple on it, blue skies. There's going to be a lot of heat penetrate off that sun today into this surface layer of this water, which is good. The fish are definitely going to be up in the layers today, so when I've had me fill on the bottom of blanking, that's where I should be going, up in the water. But speaking of water, I'm going to show you, if you've never been to the pits, this is the water clarity on the lakes. Gin clear. Gin clear lakes are a lot harder to fish because your presentation is a lot more difficult to camouflage, basically. But it's also a sign of a really healthy lake. Healthy fish, healthy lake, rich, and that's what makes it great. It's not easy. None of these pits on here are easy. Any of you A1 pits regulars, you'll all know that you can't just come here and hook a duck. It's not like that. It is, you have to think about it and work for your fish here, which is good. I like that in angling. And if you're new to angling, believe me, if you have to work for your captures, you will improve so much quicker than if you go to venues where you catch multiple fish every time you go. So if you take anything from this video, take the positive that coming here will improve you as an angler. If you want to improve, if you just want to catch loads and loads of fish one after the other, don't come here, because you're not going to do that. But if you want to advance in your angling and become higher up the rankings as a carp angler, this place will definitely get you in shape. Just sitting here having me coffee. I've got about an hour and a half left of what I'm going to give it this session or this vlog until I say, right, that's it, it's time to get up in the water, start a fresh vlog. So far it's not looking like it's going to happen, but take the positive. Something I've learned from this session so far, because we're going to learn as we go together. Any of you new lot that follow what I'm doing on this, we're sort of learning together, because I'm not experienced on this lake at all. I've learned where the bars are, so if you want to fish on the bars, you need to be on the split banks. So in between 5 and 6 and 4 and 5, 30 yards, 60 yards and 90 yards out is where you'll find the bars, and they run from the A1 side to the railway side. So I know where to go if I want to fish bars. I also know if I want to fish open, featureless water and put some bait out and make that the feature, I need to be on the A1 side or the railway side, as central to the lake as I can get. I've learned very quickly that the water's gin clear, so presentation, I've got to pay a lot of attention to trying to present my rig as camouflaged as possible, considering the conditions I'm fishing in. Blank wise, that doesn't bother me in the slightest, if I'm honest. I'm used to fishing waters that throw up a lot of blanks, difficult venues such as this, so I'm confident what I chucked out there last night, if fish come over it and went down and picked it up, I would catch them. So all I can put it down to is that I either haven't had fish come over my spot, or if I have, they've been up in the water and they've not been on the bottom. Singles, I'm happy to fish singles this time of year. I think if you put loads of bait in early spring, not only do you ruin your session, but you ruin a spot, because the bait just sits there and it doesn't get eaten for days, sometimes weeks, and it can go off. So holding back on bait is always a good thing in the spring, I think. When the fish have spawned, get it in, get the bait in, because they're hungry then. But until they've spawned, just hold back a little bit. If you're going to put a kilo in, think no, just put half a kilo in, you know. After the spawn, put as much as you want in, they'll clear it up. But for now, I'm going to have my coffee. Like I say, I'm going to have another hour and a half on the bottom. I don't think I'm going to catch this session, this vlog, so apologies people, but there's going to be a few like this. And then I'm going to start making vlog 2, which will be zigs, I think. I don't think there's any other choice than to go up in the water for the next 24 hours, so hopefully you'll join me for that. But I'm going to finish this now, and if anything happens I'll show you, but if not, it's outro time. As you'll see behind me, look at that bright blue sky. The sun is beaming through the tree behind me there. I can feel it on the back of my head. I've given it as long as I'm willing to give it on the bottom now, so I am going to end this. Look at all the fly hatches, look at this here, look at all the flies everywhere. Yeah, it's time to get on the zig, so that's going to be the end of this vlog. Apologies there's no fish on it. I have tried what I thought might get me one, it hasn't. vlog 2, it is going to be zig fishing, so if it's not your thing, I appreciate you won't want to see it, but if it is, have a look, see how I get on, hopefully better than this session. So I hope you join me for the next video, but if you don't, thanks for watching this one, and hopefully see you on another. And remember, if you're new to the channel, have a look through it, might be some videos of interest on there to you, and if you want to, click the old subscribe button, massively helps me out. And like I mentioned earlier, it's free, doesn't cost you now, you're not signed to nothing, you can unsubscribe anytime, it just gets my numbers up and helps me out. But to everyone, as always, thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, remember, click the old thumbs up button, and I'll see you out and about next time. Cheers all, take care.